something that so for real, you know, you can make yourself look so for real. You know what I mean? Like I done seen where people can get your addresses. Now, you can't even lie about your age today. All they got to do is Google you. So I'm telling you, man, it helps and hurt.
Got you. Now, I know, obviously, Donald Trump is president, Bishop. And if you could advise Trump like you do Snoop and countless others, what advice would you give to that man?
If I had to tell Trump anything, you know, me and Trump had the opportunity of meeting before. We had the chance, fellowship party together with Mike Tyson. I had the chance of meeting one of his wives, Mala. You know what I mean? So if I could tell Trump anything, I would tell Trump, say what you mean and mean what you say. That way we have a clear understanding of what's really going on, you know, because he have a tendency to say things and later he may retract and change his mind. So it's very confusing to the American people. So if we had a more understanding, then we know more of what to look for, and we wouldn't have to be trying to guess and figure this out of what may be next. Everybody looking for World War III. It's a strong possibility it can take place. But we have a war within our own United States with our own politicians.
You think, Bishop, did you see him ever becoming president back then? Could you have envisioned that when you were hanging out?
Well, I always thought like I think now. You know, people go to different things, you know what I mean? As meeting Trump, he was always cool, and me being a former pimp, I respected his playership, and that's what I liked it about him, you know what I mean? And, you know, like I said, he just showing himself, I guess, to be a real president. Most presidents, they said, was flunkies and yes men and couldn't move without their cabinet. I guess he's showing that if he's president, he's going to be president. You know what I mean? And me, myself, I voted for Hillary. I wanted a chick to be in there. You know, me on that player side, I might have had a chance to bump.
Oh.
Already. Now, speaking of Snoop and him being one of the people you closely advise, and you being a spiritual advisor, what were your thoughts on him getting at Trump, and what did you suggest to Snoop?
Well, one thing about it is I'm with the freedom of speech, freedom of expression. You know, I mean, that is something that he wanted to do, and that was his expression, and he did it from the heart. It ain't like some of these phonies try to jump on a bandwagon and, you know, get some likes or some, you know what I mean, hits and things. It was seriously from the heart because, you know, as Snoop coming from the inner city, he know about what it takes to feed these people down here. And if, you know, we can't get no satisfaction from the top, man, it's going to be some destruction down here in the inner city. So he was only trying to get the president to not leave us out, to acknowledge and think about us too down here. It was a strong expression, but he got their attention.
Real time. Bishop, I know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Obviously, a lot of support for this cause. However, men suffer from cancer, prostate cancer being one of the leading killers among black men. What is your take on bringing awareness to this?
Well, my take on it, just like what you just did, mention it. I understand about that prostate thing. I went through that. You know, and the most important thing is you got to catch it early. And most men are not aware about that being checked, you know what I mean, because they don't feel it's a sickness until it's too late. But if you catch it early, you can still function and do like you always been doing. You might not be as jovial, but you still be able to have a good love life, but you got to catch it early. And if you don't catch it early, it's a possibility it can kill you. You know, I'm not talking from some I heard, I'm talking from experience. You know, I did the treatment. I got paperwork that, you know, that I went through the treatment with flying colors, and I continue to function and to be Bishop Don Magic Juan. So, you know what I mean? I think we should bring awareness like we do to breast cancer. But like I said, men don't like to talk about it because it makes you feel like if you got it, you have a man, like you can't function properly. And most men don't want women to know that they got it because they feel that if they do, the woman's going to think that they can't satisfy them. But, you know, that's far from the truth, you know what I mean? It's got to be in the mind anyway to want to satisfy an individual, you know? So, you know, yeah, they need to be aware of it. And I think more men need to get checked. They need to do this right away. When they hear this interview, if they haven't, they need to go out right then and get themselves checked. It's a very serious cause, and it's a very deadly disease. And if you don't catch it early enough, it will kill you. But the good part about it is you can catch it early enough, and you can live happily ever after with it.
Now, I know for you, Bishop, you mentioned earlier about even voting for, Hillary. And I know you got Queen with you on the line, and I know you got some big business ventures going on.
Well, one thing about it is Queen is working to build the church, you know what I mean? And within building the church, that includes helping people, helping each other, being each other's best friend, being supportive of one another, and, you know, going out to make things happen. Like, she's out there, like I said, networking for the cause, you know, getting the bishop, letting the people know that the bishop is interested in doing his life story. He's interested in doing movies. They got the new HBO TV series now where I should be a consultant on, or a cameo character, where they got this old school pimping going on and old school mafia, and I could be a consultant on that and make that show enough last 7, 8, 10 years.
Real time. So I would take it that Queen is seeing you through the whole prostate battle as well?
Well, not only is she seeing me through it, you know what I mean, she's being helpful. She helping me go through it, you know, being supported, you know what I mean, feeding me the right food, you know, doing the right exercise, keeping up with taking the medicine, make your doctor's appointment, you know what I mean, making it easier that I can concentrate more on trying to get well than having to do all of these other kind of things, and being a very supported partner, you know, in all areas of my life, you know.
Okay, absolutely, man. Well, here at Check This Out News, we want folks to be aware that due to the sensitivity of this matter, there actually is a mobile app that you can download for free that'll educate you on prostate cancer and what to do. It's a man thing, prostate cancer. It's a free app available on iOS and Android that we would highly encourage everybody listening to download and get familiar with. And, you know what I'm saying, you know, obviously you really express how you are, you know, beating prostate cancer and, you know, encouraging a lot of other brothers to, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a very serious issue. And, you know, like I said, under the sound of my voice, all should go. You know, women, you know, encourage your husband. Girls, encourage your boyfriends. You know what I mean? And let them know that you'll be right there standing by their side. You know what I mean? And like I said, you know, we got a big weekend for all that coming up, man. December the 1st through the 3rd in Chicago. Player Ball, my birthday party, Twister, Afro Man, Cold 45 Beer is the sponsor. It's going down. Queen hosting it. The Minister Simo gonna be in the house. Snoop Dogg, Ice-T, Too Short. Man, it's the big bad. You don't want to miss the greatest show on earth in Chicago, December the 2nd.
I'm trying to flow through there and check you out, man. Now, Bishop, I got a couple more questions for you, man. I know, you know, you've been a big inspiration to hip-hop, from Snoop to 50, and been associated with a lot of the heavy cats in the game. What artists are you currently vibing to and liking, and what do you think about today's hip-hop scene?
Well, I still keep it real, so I'm more focused with Snoop. And lately, you know, I've been Wiz, and also Too Short. And, you know, lately, you know, been focusing with Drake, his father, Dennis, you know. We become good friends and things. The Debbie Glass lady just made Drake and his daddy Dennis some personal glasses. And, Drake's birthday coming up, so his daddy going to present it to him. Yeah, to also, my good buddy Rick Ross, got him being a glass being made. And the guy Future, because see, most of these guys mention my name still today. My name is relevant. You know what I mean? He's relevant right now, today, in the songs. You know what I mean? And, like Jay-Z did the Black Book, he put my name in it. A lot of respect from them guys because they know I've been there, done that. I am hip-hop.
Absolutely. What would you say is one of the most embarrassing moments that you've seen in hip-hop?
Most embarrassing moment, looking at Love and Hip Hop where two rappers kissing one of men. I think that was very embarrassing in hip hop. For they to show this on national TV, two rappers, and they males, and they living together and kissing and, together. That was a big blow to hip hop. And even hip-hop said it themselves, but, like I said, this is a new day and a new age, They playing it at a different level.
Gotcha. What are you currently working on, Bishop? You know what I'm saying? I know you got your own podcast that's coming out. Tell us what that's all about.
Well, one thing about it is now, when I talk about it, I got that new church cannabis. I got the #1 strain in the state of California. I've been smoking weed since the 70s.
Smoke weed every day.
When it was $75 a pound, when it was a brick. So I'm a connoisseur. And if I say my weed is good, it is good. And as a matter of fact, Rick Ross, Snoop Dogg, Wiz, Be Real, the high-power smokers, they want my weed. That's how good a strain it is. And also I'm doing this documentary called The Last Man Standing. Unfortunately, it's not finished because the producer and director of Too Real for TV, Michael Maroy, passed away. But Queen is working with some individuals, and a gentleman named Mr. Rick out of Chicago got some people that's trying to work on making the documentary, come to life.
Absolutely, man. Can I talk to Queen a little bit too, Bishop?
Yeah.
Okay, Queen.
Yeah.
I know, what I'm saying, we've been just vibing and talking about, a lot, but obviously, what I'm saying, with every strong man is obviously a strong woman. What I'm saying, what's your perspective just having watched so many of these different things evolve with Bishop?
The reality of it all is, in order to even be here, Bishop is eclectic on everything he does. He's methodical in his way of thinking. So in order for me even to be here, it's a blessing to even be in his presence. But just with interacting with him, seeing when we go out to the events in a room of, say, 28 lifters, he becomes the center of attention. That's awing for me to be able to say that I'm a part of this team. And again, just hearing the interview, even with dealing with the prostate cancer, here's the thing. When you deal with a man or when you deal with even a friend, it's called loyalty, and you always want the best for somebody. So when you go back to the inept spirit of somebody and you're dealing with Bishop, a man that has lent out advice and talked to, given spiritual advice and helped so many other individuals overcome their anxieties, maybe their marriage issue, maybe their relationship issues, and real life advice, is awing. And for us to be offered a podcast on relationships, he's the perfect man for that. Because at the end of the day, he's lived in his truth. When he gave his life to God, he still continued to live in his truth. So to be in the presence of that is a blessing. And to help him through his medical issues, well, guess what? We know peace promotes health. So my job was to promote as much peace as I possibly could and to let him be who he is. That's the thing. If you try and change who he is, you're going to change the dynamics of what something good, something God did good.
What would you say, Queen? I mean, you have a whole nother perspective, right? Everybody can be in the same arena watching the same game, but sitting in different seats. And for you to be riding the way you are, shotgun, and maybe even driving, I'm sure, a lot of times, what is that like as it relates to Bishop and, you understanding a whole nother side of him?
You know, and then that's the thing, to sit here and watch the elevation of him, like you said, just listening to the questions, even with the technology questions, to see the elevation of game. Just like with Bishop, as far as the pimping game, he's elevated his game to a business perspective. The pimp game is what, the moniker is what pays, you know, the bills. But the reality is he's a business. He's a business of force. You know what I mean? And right, he's a brand. He's a brand in himself.